France, to UK, you find always the customer if you would like to find. You don't like to be only at home. And if you start a business in technological things like IT and so on, there is no nationality important. You can do it from Russia, from Czech Republic, and this is always, if you have a good product, this is always important. I would like to mention all several key points. Pay attention on your strengths. I do, and I recommend always to do some SWOT analysis and to find your strengths and to support this. To pay attention to emotion, to offer products differently to the other one in order to be visible and to have opportunity to explain why you are different. Because if you are different, you can perfectly use your story. And especially in the United States, they are loving stories. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Story why you did it differently from the other one. You have a chance to succeed. Yeah? And you have to let a footprint. I would like to react on your speech. If you let some footprint in the mind of your customer, they will come. They will ask you. They don't remember it. And you have to have a vision. The vision could be really global. Could be. We have a very specific vision. We have a vision, be object of design, not just choice, because this is very universal vision. You can your product, if your product could be object of desire, the customer overcame all obstacles. Maybe they will pay more in order to have it. You know it from maybe fashion industry. Some suits also you can buy for 1,000. You can buy very similar for 20,000 because there is a brand.
Chanel,
for example, is object of desire. You are able to pay 20 times more. Even the practical quality or the practical other aspects are very similar. And try to be always innovative. Yeah? To bring some innovation, to do something different. Hear the voice of the market, what the market say, and the criticism is always a positive message. Or you are not able to explain it, or you are not right. Both of these messages are very positive for you. You can change the behavior. And important is to set up the right company culture. If you have a continuously positive company culture, you are able to use the synergy effect in this point of view from all your collaborators, and have always a positive approach to solve them. They are not something which is impossible. Everything is possible. It's always the question is always by which condition is possible to do it. So maybe this is for the first entry, and I don't think that to develop the business is really a difficult job. If you share the responsibility, if you find the right people, if you motivate them, if you test them or the company culture or the behavior of the customer through maybe the NPS, Net Promoter Score, maybe you know it, you get always the feedback, you can measure it, you know how you are going forward, and you can change behavior if necessary. Thank you.
So, my name is Denek Jahoda, and in 1990 I have established my company, which is called EMCO. It is just now 25 years. And I'm also the product of the communist school system. So new situation after revolution was for me very new. It was not so automatic, so easy. Also the languages, and so it was tough time, let's say. I started as a trading, buying and selling anything what I could. So I will now make cut, and now after 25 years, our brand is the leading brand in the Czech muesli and granola. We have 50% share on the granola. We have 10% share on granola bars, in biscuits and other things. We are quite strong. Our turnover, it's small compared to the world, but in Czech Republic, $50 billion, it's okay. And as you mentioned, I also feel that the growth is the most important thing. And because we are in a small country, so it's always connected with export. So we are step by step building the markets. We are supplying to 40 countries, and maybe the interesting from today's point of view is that our biggest market are United States. And it's quite an interesting story how it started. It is not so old, it's 4 or 5 years. There was some American guy who wanted to sell us something, talking to us 1 month, all the time, twice daily, as you said. But the end was, they told him, no, we will not buy it from you. He was, of course, disappointed, and he put a question, and what you can offer me? Which was interesting, that he wanted to use his time he spent with us, and he knew that we are producing something. So we told him what we are doing and how we are doing. So he went back to the States, and he phoned me and asked me, are you able to produce gluten-free granola? First time I heard about it, but of course the only correct answer is, of course. So he said that he has some market for it, and I instructed our research department to prepare for me. They prepared the samples, we sent the samples, it was good, and so on. So since that time we started to build a portfolio of gluten-free products. We are producing now for Walmart, private label, Safeway, and Western Food, and some others. So Sunday I'm flying to New York again, just for 2 days. It's enough. Tuesday back. So it's developing somehow, and of course it's okay. If I would think, only now, and I'm 60, so I start to think why the company is so growing and why it's happened everything like that. So why it was possible to do it. And I have few answers for my case. Perhaps, as it was already mentioned, the strategy. You must have some targets, some long-term thinking how to do it. And perhaps the word which was not mentioned yet, it is activity. Every day to do something towards your target. This is something I'm talking to my people all the time. What did you do today to achieve something? How did you move forward the things? And this is what I strongly believe. I'm not the guy who is doing big things in one day, buying a company or something. Every day I'm building the brand, the products, portfolio, the relations, and it's many activities, but it's everyday activity. So this I consider as important, and it was not mentioned today, so that's why I mentioned it. It's enough for now.
Thank you.
No, it's not.
Hello, everybody. My name is Vladimír Tuka, and as a distinction, I am my own best product. And who I am? I am a master leadership, executive and business coach, master as a competence, and not yet master certified coach. I'm in a process of getting this certification, and but I will be, if I get it, it will be not late. I will be the third time the first in Czech Republic and Slovakia. And this is, I am the first graduate from École Nationale d'Administration. This is the elite French school. And I'm also the first graduate for some special neuroleadership program in Middlesex University. And this is these three things that makes from me one of the best product I am. I am also, and this is what is the most important for me and for my clients, I'm also a person of change. I got from diplomacy to businessman, from businessman to top manager, from top manager to get businessman, and from Czech Republic to change, I came to New Zealand to learn coaching, from New Zealand to Australia, and then I was interested in neuroscience. Why? Because in my experience, and this is what I'm also can get for my clients, from my experience, one of the biggest assets we have is our brain, and we don't use it as we need to. And I will present some point that makes you perhaps that brings you some new insights from neuroscience.
I think Grant was excited by the first two guys, but I think he's bored
because
with
to
this
be
guy.
successful, we need to respect our nature in ourselves. Our nature is not only to get for external success, but also to nurture our internal forces.
I know the first guy seemed like
our energy,
they had low energy,
to use
but
our
I loved
time
what they
for
said. They
ourselves
both run very,
to
very
get
successful
the best
large
for others.
companies.
And this is what I've learned,
And they were
and what
giving
I'd
tips on
like
how
to
they
share
did it.
afterwards with you. There are some new things I can get to you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ondra Novak. I'm here on behalf of the company 8 Partners and also Katch Legal, which is the legal part of my career. And my story is a bit different, not just because of when Mr. Frolik and Mr. Yahoda were establishing their businesses. I was some 5 years old, I trust. But we're also not manufacturing anything. We're, for the entire my professional career, my entire life, we're sort of selling
Grant
ideas,
likes this guy.
something which you cannot touch at all, which you have to believe, and that you have to, I would say, persuade the people that you're the right one out of the bunch of other ones which are telling you that they can do it very well as well. And you cannot have a look at the hospital bed is much nicer, it has better design, it's functioning better. They have to believe you. And we started a business when there was the economic recession, and everybody was telling us that, well, this is sort of crazy, to build a strategic consultancy company when it's becoming like nice to have, not must have, and especially like in, let's say, the Central Eastern Europe, it's still considered something as really nice to have, and maybe unlike in the US when it's considered to be like a good helping hand and regular professional service. In here, it seems to be still, not that developed and still considered as something like a nice business, not like the everyday need or not something that would effectively support yourself, support the companies, and that it could basically save you a lot of money and could make your success more rapid by delivering solutions, facts, ideas, and the correct information based on which you can enter the US market or the Brazilian market or whichever else market. And we're still sort of like facing these sort of stereotypes saying, well, there's someone who can do it for less, as you were saying. It's slightly different business because unlike, I don't know, Mr. Freud could make you a golden bed instead of a
This
wooden
guy
one.
loves Grant
Might be considered luxurious, I would say.
wants to bring Grant's
Yes.
information to the Czech Republic.
So there's a certain
We'll
level of
see if he
luxury
can do it or
in
not.
it, because probably if you have a wooden one, the functionality would be pretty much the same. Within the legal services or within the consulting services, there's nothing like, I don't know, let's say Volkswagen and Bentley. It doesn't really serve the same purpose. It's either good or bad. It's not about the luxury, it's not about the quality. I mean, it's really about the quality. And we sort of stick with the strategy and the ideas we have from the very beginning. I cannot say that, I think we're really on the very beginning of our way. I wouldn't call our company to be global, although we have analysts in some 25 countries already, and the new technologies basically enables yourself to do a project in Mexico, in China, in France. At the same time, you can easily communicate within the Skype or other tools with the teams you have there, and you can afford. I think that expanding is year to day much easier than it was, I don't know, some maybe 10, even 15 years ago. And this is like a great opportunity for it. My experience, or what I've, let's say, learned within my professional life is it's pretty much, no matter what the local conditions are, it's still pretty much about the same. It's about finding good, committed people, motivated, which are really able to deliver, not just talk about it, who consider work to be the results, not the activity, that you're doing something and no one cares about the results, because in the end there's always someone, there's the client, there's someone who has to present the results to the client. And you also have to, I would say, follow your dream and passion and just try to maybe be a bit more innovative or a bit more advanced than the competitors, because those two industries I'm focusing on are innovative within so far, because there's like no technical innovation, no further progress, and very much like old-mannered and old-fashioned in the way it's being served, as Glenn was telling about the hotels. I mean, the reception desk is there for, I don't know, 200 years maybe, maybe even longer. And we're trying to be the stereotype, we're trying to be more innovative, focus more on really like to fulfill the needs, and not just deliver the service, but to really solve the situation for a client. And I trust that we will get more chance to, I would say, turn the Czech market and the philosophy, which is a bit skeptical of these services, and tell them it's not a waste of money or like a cost you simply have to give to someone because you need a sales purchase contract or whatever. But it's something that could help you be much more successful, much more effective, and in the end, more happy with your business and your life. Thank you very much.
Actually, what is good to say is
Let's give Katrina a big hand for bringing all this together. Okay? Awesome.
Well, I still don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Technique is not my process. So I just wanted to say about Ondra that I'm very happy that we actually on the local market we find a very nice partnership with him and with his company, and we are going to work a lot more, especially on the field of sales and supporting the local market in terms of the salespeople, about the service attitude of the salespeople, to make sure that your business is really growing into the way that it has to be and that you are expecting to.
Looking forward, thank you.
Looking forward, yeah.
And things, do they know about the mystery shop?
You can share.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I get inspired from hearing your story. Both these guys going into America, taking market from the Americans. You should be proud. I mean,
I am.
you should, and you guys should all be proud to be around these guys, because this is what everybody needs more of, the examples of successful people that have a dream, that execute every day, that think about how they can grow. This is what your employees are not around every day. When you pick up a newspaper, you don't see this. When you turn on the radio, you don't hear about the successes. You hear about the robbery, car wreck, the terrorists, the unfairness in the world. My daughter came to me after 2 weeks of being in school, and she says she wanted something, and she says, "Papa, that's not fair." I told her no. I said, "You can, but not yet." And she's like, "That's not fair." I'm like, "Oh, they got to you at school, huh?" "What do you mean?" I said, "You've never said the word fair. I didn't teach it to you. The world's not fair. It's either good, it's going to be bad, or it's going to be great. Which one you want? Okay? Good and bad are just versions of the same. Great, you're protected. So it's your call, but it's not fair." So these guys are examples of people that are achieving great. They probably wouldn't say they're great, but they're looking for it and searching for it every day. And I just know these guys are going to work with you to make sure your employees are getting that message every day that they can be greater than they are. And that's when I find the best parts of me. So, like the mystery shoppers, where they shop your company to find out how the company's actually doing. So, the restaurant we were at last night would be made aware. You're not even telling anybody about your company. Just bring people in. Do you know the company Sears in America? 30 years ago, Sears was the #1 retailer in the world. Every family in America had a card that said Sears. You were a member of Sears. They were the leader before Walmart. Sears today, they're a company that they will not survive. Okay, they're distraught. Here's a leader, a great company that won't even be there in a couple of years. I went into their company to find out what the problem was. I was there 42 minutes. We videoed the whole thing. 42 minutes we were there. Not one person even said hello to me. There's a big company, big corporation, lots of people, but nobody's paying attention to the expansion, and that's what happens. So it's very important what they're doing and how hard it is to get people that want help. You know, there's more people using drugs today than recovering from them. The point of that is people want to just take something. They don't. If they're going to get better, it's going to be because you're out there telling them we're going to get better. You know, because it's too easy for people just to do whatever they do.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You want to use this one?
Or maybe, yeah. Okay, thank you. Do you want to share something else with the team here? But our message today was exactly about success and that we shouldn't be afraid of it, rather we should be really striving and looking forward. And the keys to get there are pretty much the same, and just saying that this is not going to work for me is not really something that helps us, but it's more about finding really, trying to get out of everything around us the best, to make sure that we utilize all the opportunities and rather go with the approach, the positive approach, and go with the approach of yes, let me see how I can use these examples to make my success instead of rejecting that something is so different that at the end of the day we just stay in no action or retreat of the action in our way towards the growth that we are expecting and the development. So I thank you very much for joining us. I hope that everything what you liked and what you shared that you liked from today, you're going to implement as from today, immediately in your life, business or personal, as you wish it and where you find the place for it. I would like to thank all of our guests who took the time to come with us and to be with us. And we now have the last 15 minutes dedicated for Vladimir Tuka, who is going to talk about the neuroscience, and he's going to talk more about the life, as we were focused on the business so far. So thank you.
Okay, I think this is where I'm going to end the stream because I really don't think I'm interested in this guy's speech. But Czech Republic is going through something very interesting right now because 30 years ago there was, it was socialist country, so they didn't have entrepreneurialism. They don't have the know-how or the experience. They're still so very new at capitalism, and so these concepts are very new for them, which is why Grant's here to help. Help influence and change the Czech people so that they can help themselves. Okay, guys, we love you.